Hey, my fuckers and fuckettes. Um, I just thought that was like a little intense way to say, ladies and gentlemen. Nah, I'm just kidding. So, anyways, today I'm gonna bring you a video about dicing, the game I fucking hate. Well, I guess it's not really a game; it's a type of gambling. If you don't know what dicing is, I'm here to tell you that. Like I said earlier, it is a type of gambling, and here's what you do when you dice. Basically, well, this is like the main dice. The dicing I'm going to show you is quite different and very unique. But normal dicing is, okay, it's 1 through 100, right? If you get 60 or higher in the dice, you get times 2 your money. So let's say I bet 10 mil, right? And then the dice roll 60 or higher. Let's say it rolls an 82, then I would get 20 mil. But the only bad thing before you, like, oh, I want to go dice, make sure you join a trusted clan chat and you know what you're doing before you do it. Because some people, you have to trade your money to another person and then they roll the dice. And if you get 60 or more, then you win. If you get anything below 60, you lose. But anyway, this isn't the type of dicing I'm going to be talking about tonight. The type of dicing we're going to be talking about is a dice chat known as First Dice. They're based off of World 31. The reason I found this is I have a good friend, he's a host of it, and I have some video clips I'm going to show you of him dicing to prove that it is legit. He does some big hosts, he's hosted over 100 mil from what he's recorded and showed me. He's probably done more. I know he's legit, I've tried it, all the hosts are legit. It's a great clan chat, and I'm going to tell you why this clan chat is better than any other, well, dicing clan chat is it better than any other that I've seen so far. This dicing clan has multiple different types of games, and I'm going to explain to you what different ones they have. Alright, the types of dicing in this dicing clan chat would be, I'm just going to try to explain it as best as I can. You can ask them in game if you want to know more. Okay, you can do 55 times 2. That means if you get higher than the number 55, you get double the money. Okay, that's basic shit. Next would be high or low, okay? Um, there's two different ways you can do this, okay? If you dice by yourself, you can choose high or low, which means you can choose either to high means you can do 55 or above and you will win the money, or if you do low, it'll be 55 or below, you win the money. So you can either guess and okay, say you bet 10 mil, you say I want to do high, and then he rolls a 65. That would be categorized in the high numbers, so you would win the money. But there's also a trick to this too. Um, if you bet 10 mil on high, an opponent can come and trade him and bet another 10 mil on low. So say you bet 10 mil and an opponent comes and says you bet 10 mil on high, and an opponent comes and says I'll bet 10 mil on low, and then he rolls a dice and it rolls like a 13, then your opponent would win all of the money. But if it rolled a high, you would have won it all. I'm sure you can catch the drift. You can also do 1 through 12, which would be a one-sided dice, and okay, so yeah, it would be a one-sided dice, and what you do is either you verse the host who is hosting your dice game, or you can find a competitor, and whoever rolls the highest through 1 through 12 would win the money. So if you were versing the hosts, you say, excuse me, if you were versing the host, and he ended up winning, say you rolled a 6 and he rolled a straight 12, then he would end up keeping all the money. Just to let you know that this dicing CC does keep 10%, but don't don't let that pass you. I mean, you should join the CC. It's a great CC, and it's definitely worth it. It has a lot more various games than any other CC. Okay, continuing. Sorry, kind of speaking way too fast, so I'll try and slow down and be more calm. There's another. It's called 2 through 6, And that's the same as the 1 through 12. Whoever rolls the highest gets gets the money. And also there is a dicing game you can play called even and odd. I don't know if it's actually called that, but that's what I would call it because that's the simplest term to call it. Basically, you either choose even, an even number, like you don't choose the number. You either say even or odd, and then he rolls the dice. If you said even and the dice rolls on a 32, which would be an even number, you would win the money. If you said even and the dice rolled on a 33, then you would lose because that's an odd number. Easy said, easy done. The last thing that I know about is there's a dicing game called Dice Duel. And that is where you can duel somebody to get the money. Like I said earlier, I'm pretty sure, like one person, so you trade the host, you give him the 10 mil, whatever, 2 mil, 200k, whatever you want to fucking dice. You give him the 10 mil, we'll say, and then an opponent comes along and he will give the 10 mil as well, and then you have to dice duel. You can choose whatever game you would like, unless if the first person that gave him the money already chose a game, such as, let's just say they chose even and odd, and the first person that trades him gives him the money and says, and he would say, okay, I want even, and then someone else would come, well, okay, back up. Before someone else would come, the host would say 10 mil on even, and then he'll be like 10 mil on even, 30 seconds, meaning if you want to verse this person and say odd, you have 30 seconds to trade him and give him the money before he moves on and he duels by himself. So let's say someone comes in that 30 seconds and they choose odd, they give him the 10 mil, he rolls it, and then it ends up being an even number, then he would win the money. So pretty much dicing is versing each other, which I think is really cool. But let's say no one wants to bet against you, then you would be going against the host, of course. Not really going against him, but like if he lost, then the money would go to the host. But when you dice duel, the money will always go to one of the two of you. So anyway, I don't know if I said the name of this dicing CC. It is called First Dice, 1ST space dice. It is based in World 31. They're mostly on during the day. They are on during the night though, as well, if you would like to dice at night. And I think if you're looking for a dicing CC, this would be the one. They have various dicing games, and even if you want to go back to your old roots, you can still do 55 times 2, which is better than most dicing CCs. I will show you guys some clips to know that this dicing clan is very trustful, and you should definitely join it. I hope you do. I'm not doing this for rank. A buddy of mine asked me to help promote. I didn't know anything about this dicing CC until the other day. I watched him, and it looked really fun. I mean, honestly, I know dicing is gambling, and it can either end up good or bad. But either way, they have multiple games, and it's just a fun clan, or fun chat to be in. Fun place to try and win some money. Hopefully I don't lose some. Anyway, again, First Dice. Join now.